This is a J Relly exclusive.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Chee Chatman with the Chee Chatman Show. Media on Mill. We got a special guest in the motherfucking building. We're gonna get into his backstory, his upbringing, music, family dynamic, mental health, every goddamn thing today, man, on the Chee Chatman podcast, man. I got a very special guest. I'll let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's going down? It's your boy Humblemaine from the west side of the city, the avenues, from 83rd. Yeah, we're gonna get straight into it, man. It's a pleasure to be here, though, brother.
Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you fucking with me, man. We gonna get into a little bit of everything, man. First and foremost, for the people that don't know Humblemaine, and I know everybody know you, bro. Where exactly are you from? Yeah, let's dive into that. Where you from?
Well, I'm from 83rd. I'm from 83rd, from the avenues, from far out west. But shit, growing up, I done lived all through the avenues, like shit from 27th all the way to motherfucking 91st. You know, just growing up, I done moved and been on all the streets out there on the avenues. So, but shit, I connect all the way to the south though. So, growing up, I was damn near back and forth from the avenues to the south, because you know I got brothers and people and family and shit that stay on the south. So I was, you know, I'm damn near connected through the whole city for real. If I'm not related to them over there, then I grew up with these niggas over here, and everybody in this, I mean, as you know, everybody in the city grew up together at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so that's what I be trying to break down and let motherfuckers know, like, man, shit get like deeper than what y'all could just see type shit for real. Because even if like this nigga from this neighborhood or this nigga, at the end of the day, before all of this, like, when we was kids, we all grew up together.
Yeah.
And then 9 times out of 10, like, motherfuckers be related. At the end of the day, they could be from a different hood, be from the different side of the city, but niggas will see each other at the family functions. So, you know, shit just got like that. But yeah, fam, I grew up on the west side of the city, on the avenues. Like I said, yeah, I done lived from 27th all the way to motherfucking 91st, 101st. So yeah, I just did a lot of moving around as a kid through Phoenix. So yeah, fam, I'm from the avenues though.
That's what's up, man. Let's talk about you as a kid, bro. How was your upbringing?
I mean, shit, honestly, fam, like, I ain't have much of a childhood for real. Like, I'm one of them kids that was wanted to be outside. You know, our generation was different too. You know, absolutely. As kids, when we was kids, we wanted to be outside. Yeah. You know, we didn't have the iPads, the electronics, all this shit that the kids got nowadays. So, man, I was just always outside. I was outside at a young age, you know, like 10, 11. This when shit, Club 54 was going on in the city, and you know, Metro Center bus stops, or even AZ Mills on the weekend.
Come on now,
you
let's
know,
talk about
if you're from the south side, you know, niggas was going to AZ Mills, but the avenues, everybody was at Metro Center parking lot.
For sure.
I mean, the bus stops and all that shit. So, yeah, man, I just always been outside as a kid. Man, you know, getting into bullshit at an early age, you know, with the bros and shit, and I was always the youngest one, so yeah, man, I was in a lot of trouble and shit growing up. But, you know, as time and shit passed, you know, you live and you learn. So yeah, I just, you know, niggas went through a lot as a kid for real. But you know, it is what it is. Like I always say, you know, that shit build is conversely build character. So you know, it's always like I don't never look at like nothing I went through as like or I don't be break it down to nobody as in a way I want nobody to like feel sorry. Cause you know, it'd be like certain times I be politicking and shit and just telling little stories and motherfuckers be like, damn. I'm like, fam, like that was normal to us. Like, as much as it shouldn't have been normal, that shit was normal to us the way we was living as an early age though. But yeah, fam, you know, just growing up, you know, growing up in Phoenix, it was different. Yeah, it was different, fam. You know, it was a lot of bullshit going on, especially as kids. And this back, I'm talking like back 2009, and you remember them days, like how the streets was in 2009 and shit. Like, man, shit was crazy out here. But yeah, fam, I mean, through the grace of God, you know, I done dodged a lot of shit, you know, and you know, just small jail time and shit like that. Cause you know, I still got brothers and shit that went in 8-10 years ago, and they still in there.
They're still in there.
Yeah, and then I just be thinking about it and looking like, damn, they done missed so much of life and how different shit about to be when they finally start getting out and shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just be thankful nowadays, for real. You know, I just sit and be thankful and be grateful more, for sure. Cause man, niggas done had a rough childhood. And like I said, my childhood, I didn't have much of a childhood for sure because I was just outside so young and I was just exposed to so much shit at so young of an age. So it's just like, you know, the shit felt so regular, like I said, which it should have been. But yeah, fam, that's about how it was coming up in Phoenix. I mean, you know, it's just like everywhere else when niggas come up out in the hood or whatever, you know. Niggas just adapt to the environment. And then as kids, I was one of them kids. I wasn't a bad kid, but I didn't listen though. I always like thought like just because I felt like I knew what was going on, I felt like I knew what was best, like I would move and react off of, you know, the current situation. But like I said, fam, I lived and I learned. Salute.
Yeah, we back like we left something, man. Quick little intermission.
We back like we never left.
Come on, man. You talked about having a tough childhood, right? Do you deal with a lot of like childhood traumas and mental health? Let's talk about it.
I mean, honestly, fam, like, as fucked up as it is, like, you know, just being through so much shit at a young age and, you know, being exposed to so much at a young age, like, I wouldn't really consider it, like, I mean, even my childhood trauma, like, I became numb at a young age. That's what I would say. I became numb at such a young age. So, you know, when I was going through shit in life and, you know, the patterns just kept repeating, nigga going in and out of jail at a young age, you know, this and this, like, the shit, I just became numb to it all. So I don't really look at it like childhood trauma because a lot of the time, like, in the midst of the shit, like, it was just so normal to me. The way I was living and the shit I was going through, like, you know, it was just so normal to me. And I never been one of them to, like, feel bad for myself or wanted anybody else to feel bad for me type shit. So at the end of the day, it's like, you all good, fam. It's all good.
No, it's okay.
I like how you got little man back there though, showing him like that's what's up for real. For real, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Okay, it's still recording. Just keep your hand on the mouse, okay?
Yeah, we can re-get into that one if you want to. We can re-get into that one. We can start it.
Okay, for sure.
You can re-ask that question. We can get right back into it.
All right, for sure. Yeah, you mentioned having a hard childhood or whatever the case may be, right?
Right.
Did you deal with a lot of childhood trauma and mental health coming up?
I mean, shit, you know, naturally, the way we live and, like I said, being outside at such a young age and being exposed to so much shit is just like the traumas or the childhood trauma and shit. Like, I was already numb to all of that shit. I became numb at a young age. So, feel what I'm saying? It's just like, the shit was normal to me. As much as it should have been, the shit was so normal to me. Like, so a lot of the shit, like, living in the midst of that shit, like, I don't even never look back at it like, oh, childhood traumas and shit. Like, you know, that's the regular shit. I ain't the only nigga, like, that have been through that shit and had to live that shit at a young age. So just like, you know, to a nigga like me, like, you know, this shit was normal. So it's just like, man, you know, like I said, I just became numb to this shit. And in the midst of it, it's just like, you know, this is life right now. You know, there ain't no complaining about it. You know, you nigga just get through the shit for real. So, you know, I just got through the shit, man. Like I said, and the fucked up part was I really was numb to a lot of shit. And, you know, it was serious shit, like real situation that should have fucked niggas up. But it's just like, you know, in a way, it kind of like was a good thing to me because some shit didn't get to me the way it could have and it should have got to me.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I just kept moving with the flow of life, you know, kept living and learning as I'm going, learn from my mistakes and, you know, just try to get my head on straight from there, man.
That's what's up, man. Did you grow up in a single household or did you have both parents in the home?
Nah, I grew up in a single household. It was always just my my brothers, my sisters. You know, it was a single household. My dad wasn't never around and nothing like that. But it ain't nothing like that. Like, you know, I don't feel no type of way or nothing like that. I still politic with him and, you know, reach out to him and make sure he good and shit like that. But yeah, it was always just my mom's shit. She was, man, she one of the strongest people one of the strongest people I know for real.
That part.
Everybody know, like, it's been days and nights. So, you know, as a kid, like, it wasn't nothing in there, but by the end of the day, mom's got something. She done put something together for us.
Make
so, you
it
know,
happen. Yeah.
I just always looked at her, like, as much as she don't know, like, as motivation for real. Because she was, like, one of them people that's, like, man, my mom, like, she a real workaholic, like, for real. Like, man, from sun up to sundown, she'll get up and she'll just go work. And, you know, that shit, just watching that type of shit and just watching, you know, like, a woman like mood like that. Like it just been real motivation. We done had some hard times for sure, but she always came through and made shit work. But it got to a point like I started, once like 10, 11, like I realize and I see what's going on. Like moms will try to hide shit, but I see what's going on. So that's really another reason why, I got outside early, started getting into bullshit, doing this and this, just trying to chase the fast money. Which in a way, like, I had to pay for a lot of my mistakes I made, but
that part,
it was all for the right intentions. I was, my mind was always in the right spot. Just trying to look out for the family, the immediate family. My little brothers and shit, older brothers, sisters, whatever. And as a young age, I took on a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
That I just felt like they was throwing on me type shit. But it is what it is. Yeah, family. It was always just a single household for me though. But like I said, mom's she saw it. She made everything work. So it was. I ain't look at it like nothing. I was never one of them niggas. Like even growing up, even to now, like damn, I didn't have my dad around or damn this and this. It was just like it is what it is. Like I said before, I ain't the only nigga that came up like that. A lot of us came up without our dad. So I feel like it make more of a man out of us when we have to become a man at such an early age.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, fam, that's pretty much how that went. But it was always cool though. It's whatever we went through, we got through it, and God always brought us to see another day. So that's all that mattered.
That's a blessing, bro.
Yes, sir.
And you talked about growing up on the west side and the south side, bro.
Right.
For the people that's not too familiar about the west side dynamic, the culture versus the south side dynamic and culture, kind of explain how, because you had the best of both worlds, bro. So
yeah.
Let's kind of talk about that dynamic, the difference between the two, because my kinfolks is from the west side.
Right.
I grew up on like 43rd and McDowell, the townies over there.
That's the avenues,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right,
So
by the fries and all that shit over there, still over there.
Yeah, so they grew up over there, and I've always grew up on the south side. So when I was spending that at their house on the weekends or vice versa, they introducing me to all they west side homies. Yeah. And then I'm introducing them to all my south side homies. But my cousins was so banged out on the west side, so it was kind of hard to mix. Yeah. Hey. So I'm like, what I mean? My west side niggas be turned. Yeah. You feel me?
Hey, shit, man. Hey, trust me, I'm up, man. Like I said, I've been outside at such a young age, so I done seen it all. Like, and me, like, specifically, I'm from FA, that's out there on the avenues, but at the beginning, like, a lot of people don't know, like, at the beginning, like, man, we was into it with, like, man, damn near every hood in Phoenix at the beginning of the shit. Like, even niggas, even hoods from the west side, even hoods from the avenues, hoods from the south side. But long story short, like, man, the difference between the west and the south, I would say, like, I mean, the avenues is a little bit bigger. Like, the west is a little bit bigger than the south side. They connect, like, so many different ways. But yeah, man, I mean, like, shit, I have brothers and shit, my brother Tate and them, and Bug and them, shit, man, I was always back and forth. So the West, it was always a little bit different. But, especially back in the day when shit was, like, really active and motherfuckers, like, couldn't be see each other without, like, getting into it, or no matter where they at, the mall, the store, whatever. It was just, like, it was a different world back then. But, yeah, fam, that shit, I just always bounced back and forth. But, like, the South, like, the South side of Phoenix, like, it's everybody like be together type shit. Like even if it's like especially now, but back in the day, like hoods and shit was into it, but like I said earlier, niggas was still family, niggas was still this and this. So either way, they was still connected for real. So I just look at it like, man, back in the day, like the avenue stayed on the avenue, niggas from the west stayed on the west, and niggas from the south stayed on the south. Like, and I look at it like it was like that for a reason. But yeah, fam, that shit was live back in the day, like I said, and especially us, like we was into it with everybody, just like for no reason type shit. It was just like, man, these fly niggas, these pretty niggas think they this and this. Like we finna test these niggas for sure. And then it got to a point where it's just like, all right, like we just seen these niggas this many times. Every time we see these niggas, they getting out there with us. Nigga, this going down. These niggas is active for real. They don't just look like nigga. I'm and growing up, I've been mistakenly because nigga, whatever, how I look, whatever. So after a while, niggas done had to fight so much, nigga, this and this. After a while, I got to a point where it's just like, all right, these niggas just look like this. Like, these niggas really active. And then, like, everybody started coming together type shit. Like, it's niggas from the south, like from a couple different hoods that's over there with us in the avenues, and you know, we just going back and forth at this point. But yeah, man, back in the day, it was ugly, like shit, man. It was ugly on the south, it was ugly in the avenues, like, and that's just because we was all so younger and we were just all outside, like it wasn't
for
like
sure.
that was the thing to do and to be. You was outside if you wanted to be seen. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, that shit. Honestly, I'm glad it got to the way it did after a while, cause you know, after so many niggas dying and going to jail and this all over politics. It's like,
for sure.
Man, that shit don't even make sense no more. But yeah, man. Yeah, I always just been back and forth since I was growing up. Like, always been back and forth. I'm from the Avenue, so I was always in the ass. But then there'll come to time like, man, I'm finna go to the South. Like I said, I'll pull up Tate and Bug and them, and I'll be over there and I'll just be with niggas for weeks and weeks. And then it's just like, I know everybody through the South, like all the different hoods and all this and that. So it's just like, they'll see me, and it never was like, oh, like humble.
Never no friction.
Never at all. And it's not even like on no tough shit or nothing. It was more so like on some respect and like some love type shit. They see me, they be like, oh, Maine from the Avenues, but oh, he with bro. And then it's just like, okay, and he a solid nigga too, you know. And there never was a point like I said, I'll be with all these different hoods, or I'll be with this nigga from over here, this nigga from over here. But it was never a point to where anybody would tell me or even make a statement like, oh, bro, you can't do that, or you can't, because it's like, fam, like, nigga, I'm cool with who I'm cool with. Like, fam, I don't care what y'all. I'm not even from over here. I'm from the whole. But you feel what I'm saying. I'm cool with who I'm cool with. And the type of nigga I am. If I fuck with you, like, bro, I don't care about your politics. I don't care about what's going on. Like, as man to man, like, my nigga, I fuck with you. So we locked in. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just always been like that, man. Bouncing back and forth, and it's definitely different though. The avenues from the South is definitely different. Like, niggas from the South, like, and what I would say, niggas definitely stick together. For sure, niggas definitely stick together. Like, man, you could pull up to Gas Bros right now, and it's 3, 4, 5 different Southside hoods, and they're like, this facts. Nigga from over here, this nigga from this hood, but everybody is all together type shit. Like, everybody in this bitch, and it's not no weird, no energy, this and that. So it's just like, that's how it always been. But yeah, man, shit was different though growing up in Phoenix, man, for sure.
That's what's up, man. I remember a couple places, if you from the South Side, a couple places that was out of bounds on the West Side. State Fair.
Fair.
You had to kind of mingle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? State Fair.
Hey, man, what I'm gonna tell you about the State Fair back in the day? If niggas knew, niggas had some fades or whatever to get out the way.
Yeah,
boy, the first day of the fair, niggas is at that fair. Niggas is walking around in muscle shirts in groups. Man. But this was back in the day, like I said, when it was active. So it was just like, man, like, yeah, niggas knew, the first day. But the State Fair is a mix. Like, it's on the avenue still, but it's like real close, damn near like you couple streets away from the South at this point.
Yeah.
So it's just like everybody finna be up the from the avenues, the South, shit, some East, some Mason niggas,
for
everybody finna be at the fair. And the way the politics was back in the day, and the way niggas was into it, like, it was just like an instant on site thing.
Oh man,
so niggas knew, like, nigga, all right,
that's fast.
Yeah, niggas do. All right, these niggas finna be up here. All right, we up here, we push it. As soon as we see niggas, it's going down. It's going down for sure. But yeah, man, the State Fair was one of them places where it's a guarantee go down at. In the malls, the malls always been Arizona Mills, Desert Sky.
Oh, Desert Sky, Metro Center.
Yeah.
Also, you can also get socked up at Castles and Coasters back.
Oh, nigga.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, you have to be. You know what I'm saying?
Man, some niggas definitely got punched on the Castles and Coasters too, for sure.
But that's the Rolero too.
Rolero.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what a lot of it gets so deep. Niggas man, like us know that, like the new niggas and shit. I'm like, bro, the Phoenix politics, don't matter the South or the avenues, nigga. The Phoenix politics get deep, like nigga, crazy. Deep for real, like. Yeah. But when I say we've been outside as kids, like when Club 54 and shit was going at Gray Skate, like nigga, man, I was 10, 11. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So man, shit been going down in the Fiend, but yeah, man, shit used to go down. It was certain spots, like, guaranteed spots, like, all right, it's a possibility. Yeah. Some of the ops, somebody that we don't fuck with finna be up here. Yeah. So it's fucked up, like the way niggas used to move. And then with the house parties and shit, like
that was
the house parties, that was a guarantee, like nigga, it's finna be a shootout, nigga. Niggas is finna scrap, depending on which niggas see which niggas. It might go down inside the party and the whole party finna be over. But I ain't gonna lie, fam. Like at the beginning, like especially like when we was like me and the set, like when we was running around and getting into this and this, it was just like, man, we'll show up to house parties and they'll be like, F8, nah, y'all niggas ain't allowed in here.
Come in
bro,
here.
on my boy, they'll be like, nah, nigga. And around this time, like, man, it's homies from the 9 with us. It's homies from Park South with us. It's and we niggas from the Avenue. We from FA. We from 83rd. We all the way from the Avenues. Yeah. So it's like when it got to that point, after we done beefed with everybody and fought everybody a couple times, it's just like, man, niggas just looked at it like, man, we finna fuck with these niggas. Like, and we was on some different shit. You know, niggas was really just getting some money for real, for real. So it just like, when we start showing up to house parties and shit, then they like, hold on, y'all, then y'all with nigga, y'all niggas turn around. Y'all ain't finna fuck our shit up. Like, nigga, turn around. And then, I mean, it was understandable, though, but it was just like, damn, in a way, it was just like, damn, like, nigga, it's to the point where, like, boy, they turning y'all away from parties, nigga, like, this is a local house party, nigga, y'all not invited. Y'all cannot come in this bitch. Come on, man, let's talk about it. The fucked up part is, you like, niggas wasn't even like showing up like to be on the bullshit. You know, niggas just flying shit. I ain't gonna lie, back in the day, vibing out. Man, get at the hoes, everything that was going on. But back in the day, you know, niggas was drinking, doing this and this. You know, we ain't gonna get too deep into that. But niggas was get playing crazy. So it's just like, you know, niggas naturally like show up just looking like, oh, these niggas look like they finna be on, but it's on some real shit. Niggas just like, man, we just here nigga cooling, nigga. We just
vibe out.
Yeah, we just trying to nigga politic and this and this, but some shit always popped off. If y'all from Phoenix, man, y'all know.
They know what it is.
Y'all know the way the house party used to be back in the day, man. Nigga, it was guaranteed it's about to go down. But yeah, man, that shit was different though, for real. And then I just be up cooling late at night, and I just be thinking about all type of shit, like, man for real. Shit like it really don't even be funny, but it's just like, man, the way we used to live and shit, like, and then like I said earlier, the fucked up part was the way we was living, like, felt so normal to us.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Niggas robbing, stealing, you know, doing all of that type of dumbass shit, and it's just like that shit was so normal to us, and that shit was life to us. Yeah. It was like, it was just real life, but it's so normal. It's just like, bro, this all we know. Like, you know, these is all niggas, like I said, that came from single households. These is all niggas that done watched their mom how to do this and this. So these is all niggas that just linked up together, like, man, we finna get something going for real. Yeah, but in the midst of it, you know, the politics and shit, like, it's always gonna be some bullshit. Like, you know, politics is politics, problem after problem, you know. Absolutely. Just like Mozzie said, so that's some real shit. Like, it's problem after problem when it comes to these politics, and that shit's still going on today. No, like, the politics is still in full effect today. I mean, now, what I would say is, niggas is more, niggas got more sense nowadays. Like, niggas done made enough mistakes. Niggas done, you know, niggas is tired of, like, walking around with that tough persona. But I be telling niggas all the time, like, bro, it don't matter who you finna go link up with. It don't matter who you finna pull up on. It's how you show up. It's your energy you walk in the room with. Energy's like everything. The energy. If you walking around with that, oh, I'm this tough nigga, or oh, I'm this and this. Still in today, niggas gonna be like, fam, like, that ain't the type of nigga we want around us. Because we're not walking around with that energy on us no more. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, niggas is just, everybody just, and I like the way it is now. Like, everybody just on the same path, and everybody mentally wise is, you know, niggas is just locked in. I'm like, man, we, you know, time passed, and like, man, we gotta make some shit crack. No, absolutely. Like, we gotta make some shit crack. So it's just like the small minded individuals that still walking around with that mentality where they like thinking like being tough is like the main. It's like, nigga, nah, fam, we done been tough as kids. Like, we way past that. Like, that shit ain't cool no more, niggas.
That's facts. For
man. Sure.
That's facts, man. What's the average day like for you, man? From the time you wake up to the time you lay back down, man. Let's walk us through your day.
Man, honestly, fam, like, I live like such a spontaneous lifestyle right now, so it's just like I could wake up, man. Now I wake up, get dressed, you know, depending on what the day looking like, I'll, you know, shoot out of town real quick, or, you know, get up, go do a video, get up, hit the studio, you know, this and that. But nowadays, like, I'm not even like, I don't just be anywhere like I used to, and I ain't in spots I don't need to be at.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's just like, all the spots, like, all of my moves now is calculated, and they all make sense for me. Like, if I ain't, I'll go to the studio, I'll go shoot a video, or I'm out of town. If not, shit, I'm at the crib, or I'll be at the Gas Bro shop, or I'll be at G Mommy's, my cause old kid smoke shop out there in Mesa. You know,
Yeah.
I'm somewhere that it's gonna make some sense for me. But
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know nowadays it's just like a lot of shit go wrong from being in spots you don't got no business being at for no reason type shit.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's about what it be for me right now, fam, for sure. I just stay out the way for real.
That's the best part, man. Define happiness, bro. What's happiness to you, and have you found it?
What I could say is I definitely like, especially recently, like I definitely like been going towards. I think I've been finding it, you know, and I think it's just like a feeling for real.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I definitely been, and then like growing up and shit. Like one thing I never like even like focus on or cared to be was happy. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was always like, my mental was just, I was always having so much shit going on at once. It's I can't even like think to like, damn. I can't even think like, damn, I want to be happy right now, because, you know, it's so much shit going on. Being happy was like one of the last things that was on my mind type shit. But I definitely would say, you know, after healing, and I still in the process of that, reading and shit. So I just be like, nowadays, like, it's like the small things that like, that'll put a smile on a nigga face, like something small that somebody would do, or something somebody would do for me that I wouldn't do for myself necessarily. Whether it's small or big, you know, it's shit like that. But I'll say what make me feel good and happy when I do something for somebody else type shit. Like it could be like a homeless person, or, you know, it could be one of the homies, this and this. Like if I do something and I could see it genuinely like touched you in a way, like you feel what I'm saying, that make me feel good for real. Like just being able to do something for somebody else, something small for somebody else. I tell people all the time, something small for somebody else could be, I mean, something small for you could be big for somebody else.
Absolutely.
A small little thing that you look at, oh man, boy, bro, you need a couple hundred. All right, come, that little small thing you did could have damn near, you know, put their whole day, fix their whole day for them, and put them in a better mood, and just, you know, just genuinely like seeing somebody else like get happy off of something that you do for them. Like that's the type of shit that make me happy. Like, you know, the jewelry and all that, that's small. Like that's small shit. I don't, you know, that shit don't make me happy. Having jewelry, getting fly, you know, I've been doing all that shit. So that's not the type of shit that make me happy. Like really, like being able to help somebody, and like I said, genuinely seeing in them, like, you know, that really touched them, or they was really grateful for that little small gesture you did for them. It's just like, yeah, when I don't be saying, you know, I'm the type of nigga, I be quiet a lot, but when all I gotta do is see it off you, you know, that type of shit, like I'll walk away by myself and like, damn, like just smile to myself, like, damn, okay, I'm glad I was able to do that for them type shit, for sure.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
We gonna jump into the music, man. Before we get into your catalog and the shit you do, who are some of your musical inspirations? As far as it can be underground artists, local artists, or it can be mainstream. Like, who are some of the people that you kind of look up to, that you get motivated by?
Shit, man. I mean, I still like, you know, I kind of like listen to the same people still. So, you know, I listen to Dirk still. Still listen to Nip.
Okay.
I'll listen to Vaughn. You know, it's a couple niggas in the industry. It's just like a couple niggas I still listen to in the industry type shit. But a lot of the time now, like, I be listening to like a lot of my shit, or, you know, some of the homie shit, or you know, yeah, musically wise, I don't really like go to like I used to be, but yeah, I like listening to shit. We were just talking about my boy Teray. Me and him got a whole bunch of good. We got some fire songs together. Teray Masters. I'm gonna just speak off Phoenix wise. The Phoenix artists I like, and I listen to a couple of their songs. I listen to Teray, he one of mine. Fendi Franco, Free My Brother Fendi, he one of mine. Shit, my kinfolk Nunu, K Nunu, I listen to some of his shit. Young Face, I listen to a couple of his songs. You know, just my bros. You know, Rock, Trev. You know, niggas like that. These all niggas from Phoenix, from the city. You know, because I got to that point where, you know, I listen. Like I said, the few industry artists I mentioned, those really like the only industry artists I listen to right now. Other than that, you know, I'm listening to me, or I'm listening to one of the homies through the city. It's a lot in the city, though. It might be a couple I forgot, but I listen. I stay tapped in with shit going on in the city, and I listen to niggas' songs through the city for sure. You know, I'm just trying to get us to a point where, you know, Phoenix, like I be telling everybody, like, you know, Phoenix, we at the point right now where everybody pushing. So you feel what I'm saying? Everybody just got to keep pushing, and you know we gonna make it somewhere. But yeah, as far as the industry, like, you know, I just listen to a couple niggas from the industry. Like, it be other people like putting me on to songs and new artists and shit. I just be like. And one thing about me when it comes to music, like, I'm not the type of nigga, like, if I don't listen to music just because it sound good or just because I can vibe to it. Like, because most of the time, a lot of that vibe and music and shit, once you really listen to it, you be like, bro, they not saying shit. Like, I don't even want to hear this shit. So
you got to listen to some shit that you can relate to.
Is that and that's my point. I'm more so listen to artists, like, you know, okay, I see a little bit about his background, and damn near like I see myself in them, like, damn, they had the same, like, they grew up like I did, like, you know, they grew up like I did, and it's just like, when a nigga could grow up the way we did and, you know, make something out of ourselves, it's just like, you know, that's an inspiration right there. So, you know, I just stay tapped in with artists around the city. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I stay tapped in with artists around the city myself, and yeah, man, that's about it musically wise.
That's what's up, man. Can you explain your creative process? So when you go in the studio, you writing first, beat selection. How do you go in? How do you create a song? Like, what's your creative process?
Honestly, fam, if it's like, let's say if I got like a tape or something I'm putting together, then I'm gonna come in there prepared. I'm gonna have my song written out, and I'm gonna have to be ready, and I'm gonna come in there just get right on it.
Okay.
But yeah, like what I tell people all the time, like I like more though when I just got the beat and I could just go in there and we could just create straight from scratch. I be telling people, like, you know, that studio vibe, that bring a different vibe out. You feel what I'm saying? So I definitely like to go both. I like to take it both routes in that situation when it comes to the studio recording. But yeah, I like it more to just go in there straight off a beat and just cook the whole song right there from scratch type shit. Go in there on how I'm feeling. But like I said, if I got a project or something that I'm putting together or preparing to put out, like, I'll come in there prepared. I got the whole song ready. So my nigga Will, shout out Will, Lil Willie the Animal, one of the hardest engineers in Phoenix. He already know, like, throw the beat on, I already got my shit, boom, and get it like that. But yeah, me personally, I like better to just go in there and just cook from scratch type shit. I like to have some time and just go in there and just throw the beat on and let me just go off how I'm feeling type shit.
Okay, so when you go in the studio, because I know a lot of people do, you be off the drink, you be you smoke. Do you like everybody in the studio or just you doing your own thing? Because, you know, people be having it different. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, me personally, to each his own, but the drink, I don't touch no drink. I don't play with none of that. You know, just a little liquor. I'll smoke a little something like that. But it'd be just that type of shit, like, yeah. But like I said, teach his own. I don't touch the drink, none of them downers. I don't play with none of that shit. But
yeah, for sure.
Teach his own. Don't get me wrong though. Back in the day, like, when the shit like first hit the city, like the activism shit, like, niggas were definitely dibbling and dabbling. But
for sure.
You know, I feel like it just became an overhyped thing, and like now, everybody want to be cool and pour up some drink, Instagram it. Hey, my nigga, I got this 8, this and this. And it's like, fam, that shit ain't cool. You got to be sleep, nigga.
No,
we got too much to do today.
Yeah, for sure. That's what's up, man. What drew you to the music, man? Why you dive into the music? What sparked that?
Honestly, just coming up, I played sports and shit. So like I played sports, you know, I was into basketball and football, and like early on, like straight out of 8th grade in high school and shit, like it was to the point I had a couple scholarships and shit. So I was really supposed to ball, and I really loved to ball, to be real. But by the time I was like in the 9th grade, like a freshman, man, I was just so stuck in the streets, and, you know, just the wrong, I ain't gonna say the wrong guidance, because it wasn't no guidance. You know, me and the homies, we was just damn near striving off each other type shit. Like, we ain't had no guidance. We was teaching and learning off each other. So it's just like, you know, around that time, like, I just stopped going to school, and, you know, I had the coaches and trainers and shit calling me, and it was one coach, my freshman coach, me and my bro Tim was just talking about this shit. With my freshman coach, man, he'll pull up, man, I'll come to school, 9th grade, high as hell. I come to practice high, you know, this shit like that, and he'll always tell me, like, man, you need to straighten your shit up, fam. Like, you know, this and this, like, you need to drop that game banging shit, this and this. You got a future ahead of you, so you need to get away from all that shit. But in the time, I'm like, man, I hear you, but I ain't listening to you. Like, at this time, I'm way too deep in. I'm not listening to nobody. So you feel what I'm saying? So I'm just like, all right, fam, this and this. But it's just like, you know, once I realized I wasn't in school, so I realized the hoop dreams, whatever, that shit was out the window. I just started looking at it more so like, okay, I got to do something, and then like the rapping was the only other thing that made sense because one of my bros, a couple of my bros actually, like it was a couple of us before I even started, and I started making music back in like the beginning of 2014 for real.
Yeah,
Like that's when I first like recorded a song, but like a couple years before that, a couple of the bros from the set they was already into music and shit. So I already started looking at it early on, like all right, I can see myself jumping in it sooner or later type shit. So then I just started. I already knew everybody through the city and shit at a young age. Like I said, I grew up with everybody through the city, whether they from the south or the Avs. So it's just like I just looked at it like this will make sense right now.
No,
like
sure.
I do the music, I'll get the city behind me, and then we're gonna rock out from there. So yeah, I just been pushing from there, fam. What I could say is I ain't been consistent with it as I should have been and could have been, cause a lot of the time like growing up, like I'll drop a song, drop a video, drop a tape, and like 3, 4, 5 months, nothing, no music, nothing. Just cause I wasn't ever in like the position, even just mentally, like where I could just really focus and like really lock in on the music shit. So it was just like, feel what I'm saying? So it was just like just here and there. But I've been lately, and I'm about to put out this new tape, and this one about to be my 11th mixtape that I put out by myself, all independently.
Okay.
Everything been independently. You feel what I'm saying? I dropped my first tape at the end of 2014. So I really just been pushing from there.
You've been working.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So and now I'm at a point where it's just like, man, I'll be trying to tell everybody like, the bullshit ain't even worth it no more. Like, man, we, the where I'm at mentally right now, it's like, man, we could really get and put some real shit together, and it's about to crack off. So niggas just gotta stay down and stay at it.
That's what's up, man. What's one you say you put your 11 mixtape? Which one of them is your favorite project? If you like, that's your baby, your pride and joy. It's a hard one, man.
I'm gonna have to go with fuck. It'll probably be Humble Stories Part 2.
Humble Stories Part 2.
Yeah, that's like I said, Teray Masters. He featured on a lot of them ones. When me and him get in the studio together, like we make some real shit. We make that shit that touch motherfuckers. Yeah. Cause Teray, if you from the city, you know about Teray. Like he very versatile side. He could like. The nigga will sing, and then he'll get back in his rapping real quick, and then the boys sing, and then it's just like,
sure.
So it's just like, I'll definitely go with Humble Stories Part 2 as my favorite one as of now. But when I put this new one out, I ain't gonna lie, I put like a lot into this one, and it's no features, no nothing, and I feel like it's just a different me, and even the name of it, this new one that's about to come out, it's about to be The Transition. So I just feel like, in the midst of putting this one out, and it was just like, I was really like real life going through like a real life transition, like just for myself type shit, just like trying to better myself and all that. But I'll definitely go Humble Stories Part 2. That'll be my favorite tape out of all my tapes for sure.
Okay. And you said you got a new is it an album, EP?
No, it's a mixtape. I ain't really like put the album in. I ain't really like got that far yet. But this about to be my 11th mixtape, all independently, So yeah, I'm just this one about to be different though. It's about to be different for sure.
Okay. Can you when is that dropping?
Shit, man, that shit about to drop, man. Y'all just gotta stay tuned.
Okay, stay tuned.
It's coming though, fam. I'm just putting together the last little pieces and shit right now.
Yeah,
so
okay.
That's the only reason I don't got an exact date, but it's damn near cooked. That bitch about to drop soon though. And like I said, it's a different me for sure.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
It's a different me coming out of this one. A nigga to learn so much more, and like I said, I'm always reading this shit. Like that's one of my favorite things to do, especially when I'm by myself. It could be 3, 4 in the morning. I'll be up and it's quiet in the house. I'll just open one of my books and get a couple chapters in real quick.
That's what's up, man. But I see you on the gram, bro. You always giving words of wisdom. You just giving game, right?
Yeah.
What's some words of wisdom that you got for people watching, or just people that fuck with you and follow you, or just somebody that just needs some encouragement?
What I'll tell y'all, man, whatever it is you doing in life, working, hooping, whatever it is, just stay down, man. And you feel what I'm saying? Just stay down and stay at it. Don't ever let don't let nobody else's opinion make you move off your next move. Don't let how nobody else is feeling about you, because motherfuckers, they'll see you doing something that they couldn't do, and then they'll just automatically, like, you feel what I'm saying, try to like start like throwing little slick signs out there, like, oh, you feel what I'm saying, like, oh, nigga, this and this. So, but it's just like, nah, man, just stay down and stay at it. And what I would say for sure, stay true to yourself. Like, always stay true to yourself in any and every situation. You feel what I'm saying? Just stay true to yourself and stay at it. Cause like I be telling motherfuckers, man, stay down for the turnaround. You feel what I'm saying? That shit. It don't matter. It don't matter how. It don't matter what you going through or what you done been through or where you even at currently in life. Man, just stay down, and you feel what I'm saying. Stay down with yourself and trust in yourself. You gotta trust in yourself. If you ain't trusting in yourself, then nobody else gonna trust in you. If they see you can't even trust yourself, you not even confident for sure in what you about to do, why anybody else gonna wanna? You feel what I'm saying?
That part.
So just stay down and stay true to yourself, man. Stay pushing. For sure, man. Yeah. Hey, man, it's light at the end of the tunnel. Like I just said recently, some niggas got a shorter tunnel to walk through than other niggas, but at the end of each tunnel, it's light and it's gonna shine bright on you again, my nigga. So just stay pushing, family. You know, stay positive. Stay away from all that negative shit. Stay away from negative motherfuckers, cause one thing I can say is energy is too contagious. Like, man, the energy, it should be too strong, and like you be in a good ass mood, and you just somebody pop up and they just in a fucked up ass mood. And man, they finna send all their energy to you, and now they finna be feeling better because they done shifted all their energy to you.
Yeah.
So man, just stay positive and stay at it, man, and stay down for sure, man.
Any shout outs you want to give out today?
Man, I'm gonna give a shout out to Phoenix, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to the Gas Bros. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna give a shout out to both of G Mommy Smoke Shops. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to all the solid ones, man. Shout out to all the authentic, you feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the real ones that's still around, still down and around, and still pushing for real. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to all the real ones, man.
That's what's up, man. Where can people follow you at, man?
You can follow me on the gram. You can follow. I got a TikTok now. I don't really know how to use my TikTok though. Like, my daughters and shit, they know how to use that shit more than me. So you feel what I'm saying? But I got the TikTok. I got the gram. You can follow me at Humblemaine at any social media. Apple Music, or download all that Humblemaine everywhere, fam. And I'm gonna pop up. You feel what I'm saying? I'm there.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming and rock with me, man.
Yeah.
You got some bars for me today?
Shit, man. We could. We get in a little bit of that. Of the new tape.
Okay, for sure.
I'll do one of the songs off the new tape real quick. We could do that little performance real quick.
Okay, for sure, man. Hey, we about to have a performance, man. I'm Chee Chatman. Medium Mill, Humblemaine in the building, man. We about to drop this freestyle real quick.